2020 might feel lost, but it isn't. Despite millions of Americans infected with COVID-19 and tens of thousands dead, your vote in the 2020 election can have impact. Here's Michael Paluska with the push to register as many voters as possible, including Black voters, the poor, minorities, and people who feel disenfranchised.
Many Floridians tell us they already feel disenfranchised, especially blacks and minority groups. And with the pandemic and everyone feeling unsure about the future, a lot of groups are pushing people to get out, register to vote, and change their lives in the November election.
The fires of frustration and discord are burning in every city, north and south.
If you can't be the sun, be a star. For it isn't by size that you win or you fail. Be the best of whatever you are.
What's our excuse today for not voting? How do we so casually discard the right for which so many fought?
Then and now, America is still at a crossroads.
No justice, no peace!
Civil unrest, record unemployment, a pandemic. If there was a better time to feel in control of something, anything, the time is now. Your vote, your choice.
We have to put our votes and our voice behind the people we truly believe in
person and through virtual video.
Stakes are high here in Florida.
We listened to multiple voices asking what they are fighting for.
Florida has a long history of putting unnecessary barriers in front of the ballot box, and that is only going to be compounded by COVID.
And I think blacks, particularly in this next election, have an opportunity to really move the needle on the issues that we've been trying to address for hundreds of years.
One of the things we can also implement too is same-day voter registration in Florida. That is a big one.
They continue to hold the power. They continue to tell us what is best for us.
Yvette Lewis, the president of the Hillsborough branch for the NAACP, says voter disenfranchisement is happening in real time. Her office slammed with calls. Deemed that was unconstitutional, and now we're
I knew I should have put that phone on vibrate.
Go ahead.
Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. I knew it. I cannot. The phones won't stop. I'm sorry. Oh, my God. This is...
So is that someone calling in?
Pretty much. And they are wanting their rights to vote.
Most of those calls are about felony disenfranchisement. In 2018, Floridians voted to restore felon voting rights to an estimated 1.6 million people. 20% are African American, and many still can't register.
Tell me what these people would really do by voting. What are you afraid of, state of Florida? What are you afraid of?
Governor Ron DeSantis challenging the law in court, arguing that all court-related fines and fees be paid before voting rights are restored. For those felons, Florida's August 18th primary is lost. A hearing in appeals court in August is past the voter registration deadline.
Enough is enough. You know, at some point, the state of Florida has got to relinquish some of the power back to the people.
Black women are the most dependable voters.
Jordan Pride is the president of the Hillsborough County Democratic Black Caucus. She says during the 2018 governor's race, blacks and minorities showed up because they were passionate about Andrew Gillum. DeSantis eked out the victory. 32,463 votes kept Gillum from making history, becoming the first black governor in the state of Florida.
I sincerely regret that I couldn't bring it home for you.
One of the demographics that we're targeting as a caucus is young black males. We really do feel will make the difference in this upcoming election.
Because of the coronavirus, Pride says voter registration drives are going a mix of old school phone banks and mailers and social media blitzes, doing everything they can to register and educate black voters.
Historically, African Americans typically don't vote by mail. They have an issue with trusting the system, to be quite frank.
And my hope is that Floridians say, no more. We want free, fair, and accessible elections.
Mirna Perez, the director of the Brennan Center's Voting Rights and Elections program, says the COVID disruption for voters could be extreme. Voting machine issues, long lines plague Georgia's primary. Perez says more staff, polling locations, sanitization, and the ability to handle increased mail-in ballots are needed to protect voters. That's why they're petitioning Congress for an additional $4 billion. Would you like a little more money this year?
We can always use more money to have great elections.
We were there as Hillsborough County sent out nearly 290,000 mail-in ballots, the most ever. Supervisor of Elections Craig Latimer preparing for COVID with plexiglass and pens. The county also urging people to vote by mail.
Vote by mail is actually the first votes that we release on election night. Vote by mail and early vote. We begin processing these. Every single one of them that's accepted is going to be counted and tabulated. There shouldn't be any worry about it at all.
Lewis looks forward to the day when the past doesn't repeat itself. Americans of all races and genders are equal, and her phone calls filled with so much pain are silent.
And I hope I see it before God takes me on. This organization has been around for well over 100 years. Some of the people that's in power should say, why is this organization still around? We're here because of systemic racism, social injustice, because people's civil rights continue to be violated every day.
In Tampa, I'm Michael Paluska.